Hi again. So let's continue the discussion with activity 2. Let's discover. Nasaan ito? Nasa page 6 ng inyong Surf Learning module. Oh, what to do? Read, understand, and perform the given instructions below. Then answer the questions asked. For your materials, you will be needing a string and a pair of scissors. Let's start. Step 1. Prepare 5 strings with equal lengths. At the meantime, wala akong string, kaya magdodrawing na lang ako. Galing ako mag-drawing eh. Okay. Say this is the first string. Saan yung first string natin? This is the first string, second string, third string, fourth string, and fifth string. So, meron tayong 5 strings na may pare-parehong sukat. Let's assume that these are all of the same sizes or lengths. Let's continue. Cut the first string once, sabi niya. So, we have to cut the first string once. If this is the first string, this one. Okay. If that is the first string, we have to cut the string down ng once. Isang beses lang. Okay. Cut na natin yung string. Next process. After cutting, how many pieces are there? So, if I cut the string once, ilang piraso ang meron na tayo? Okay. Based on that, let me change the color of my pen muna. Okay. So, this is the first piece and this is the second piece. So, meron na tayong 2 pieces. 2 pieces na ang ating string. Nung kinat natin siya ng once. Cut once. Once lang natin siya cut. Cut once. Okay. Next. Ilan daw? How many pieces? We have 2. Cut the second string twice. Cut the second string twice. So, this is our second string. Let's cut it twice daw. Twice naman. 1, 2. So, nakat na siya. After cutting, how many pieces are there? So, nung kinat ko siya ng twice, I cut this one, I cut it, cut twice, and cut twice, and then ilang pieces na siya? 1, 2, and 3. After cutting twice, it is now in 3 pieces. Let's see. Okay, next. You have to cut again the third string, but this time, you have to cut it thrice. 3 beses. Yung pangatlong string natin, i-cut down natin ang 3 beses. 1, 2, 3. So, this part is cut thrice. Ilan na yung pieces niya? 1, 2, 3, 4. After cutting thrice, naging 4 pieces na siya. Let's see kung tama tayo. Okay, correct. So, after cutting the third string thrice, the number of pieces are 4. Next, you have to cut. Let's continue the process. Cut the fourth string 4 times. Cut the fourth string 4 times, and how many pieces are there? Yung pang-apat naman daw. Cut natin siya ng 4 times. Let's cut it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. This is cut 4 times. Cut 4 times, and then ilang pieces na siya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, meron na siyang 5 pieces. Tuloy na natin yung pang-limang string. If you have to cut the fifth string 5 times. 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After cutting it 5 times, meron na siyang ilang pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Meron na siyang 6 pieces. Let's record our result. So, if I cut the third string thrice and the number of pieces 4, and I will cut again the fourth string 4 times, the number of pieces is 5, and I cut again the fifth string 5 times, the number of parts is 6 again, or the pieces. Based from your answers, complete the table below. Okay, let's create a table in which the first row are for the number of cuts represented by X. And the second row are the number of pieces represented by Y. Paano makukuha yung Y? Kapag ginawa mo na yung X. Sabi niya, for the number of cuts, if you will cut it once, isang beses lang, ilan ang piraso na ma-achieve natin? 2. So, kapag 2 na yung cuts, ilang pieces na yon? 2 na yung cuts, ilang pieces na yon? 3. Next, kung 3 beses na yon, 3 beses mo puputulin yung string, meron ka ng 4 na pieces. Pag 4 naman na beses mo pinutol, mayroon kang 5 pieces. Tapos, pag 5 beses mo naman siyang kinat, meron kang 6 na pieces. Tama? Let's continue. Without cutting a string 6 times, how many pieces are there? So, let's observe our table. If the number of cuts are once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and the number of pieces are 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 accordingly, ilang pieces ng string meron tayo kung hahatiin natin to ng 6 times? Meron bang pattern? Meron, no? So, ilan yon? Say, let's observe the number of pieces. Pag once mo siya kinat, magiging 2 piraso. Pag twice mo siya kinat, magiging 3 piraso. Thrice mo siya kinat, magiging 4 na piraso. Pag 4 times mo siya kinat, magiging 5 piraso. Pag 5 beses mo siya kinat, magiging 6 na piraso. So, most probably, ano ito? So, without cutting the string 6 times, ilang pieces ang meron? Observe mo yung pattern. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, ito ay 7. So, without cutting a string 6 times, the number of pieces are 7. Now, next, have you seen a pattern? If yes, describe the pattern and state your conjecture. Use a formula or equation in your conjecture where y is the number of pieces and x is the number of cuts. So, mag-formulate muna daw tayo ng conjecture. Ito natin ito. Tas na lang natin. Okay, let's formulate conjecture. Sabi niya, conjecture number 1. As x increases, or as the number of cuts increases by 1, anong mangyayari dun sa number of cuts? Tingnan natin sa taas. Ayan. As the number of cuts increases by 1, what happened to the number of pieces? Nakat ng isang beses, naging 2. Nakat ng 2 beses, naging 3. Nakat ng 3 beses, naging 4. So, as x increases by 1, what can you say about the number of pieces? Y is also increases by 1. Now, next. Pahabain natin yung conjecture natin. Next conjecture. Second. If x or the number of cats, or, oh, sige, the number of cat is 1, what is the number of pieces? If I cut it once, y is 2. If I cut it twice, the number of pieces is 3. If I cut it thrice, the number of pieces is 4. So, ano napansin nyo? Between the two, between the two, between the two. Is there a pattern? Yes, as you can see, the number of cuts, the number of, should I say, the number of pieces y is 1 more than the number of cuts, number of cuts, which is represented by x. So, this is now our final conjecture. Next, paano natin interpret yon using the formula? Sabi niya, the number of pieces is 1 more than. Pag 1 more than, so that is more than plus 1 more than the number of cats. Meron na tayong formula. Sundan nyo ba? Okay. So, given the table, if you will observe, pag once mo siya kinat, magiging 2 piraso. Pag 2 beses mo kinat, magiging 3, and so on. Now, as you can see, the number of pieces is 1 more than the number of cats. Representing it using y and x, therefore the number of cats, or should I say the number of pieces represented by y, is equal to the number of cats plus 1. Because the number of pieces is 1 more than the number of cats. Katay doon? Okay, next. Using your conjecture, how many pieces of strings can be made from a 12 cats, 24 cats, 35 cats, and 42 cats? You have to show your solution. Since 12 cats yan, tapos napansin natin kanina, kung may 12 cats ka, anong gagawin mo para makuha yung susunod, kung ilang piraso yon? Plus 1 lang, sabi kanina, no? But we have to use the formula. Ito yung nakuha natin formula. Y is equal to x plus 1. The number of pieces is 1 more than the number of cats. Say, let's substitute x by the value of, let's substitute the value of x by 12. So, 12 plus 1, that is 13. So, if you have 12 cats, the number of pieces are 13. Next, if you have 24 cats and you know that the number of pieces is 1 more than the number of cats, and you have 24 cats, substituting it with x, magiging 24 plus 1. Therefore, the number of pieces is, or the number of pieces are 25. Without using the formula, if you have 35 cats, ilang pieces yan? We have 36 pieces. How about 42 cats? Kung may 42 cats ka, meron kang 43 pieces. Okay, that's the end of activity 2.